You know, for years we've been told quantum computers are just around the corner, always stuck in the lab. Well, it looks like they've finally broken out. In January 2026, a company called D-Wave is crashing the party at CES in Las Vegas. That's the world's biggest consumer tech show. So in this explainer, we're going to break down why this is such a massive deal and why this company is suddenly a name you absolutely need to know. Okay, let's just get right to it. This is the big question, isn't it? I mean, quantum computing, it has always felt like this super abstract, far-off technology, something for PhDs and very, very specialized conferences. So what in the world is one doing at CES? The location itself is really the first big clue. Where D-Wave is choosing to make this huge statement tells you everything you need to know about their message. Seriously, just picture it for a second. CES is the land of giant TVs, the latest smartphones, smart refrigerators that order your milk for you. It's all about gadgets for us, the consumers. A quantum computer just feels, well, completely out of place. And you know what? That's exactly the point. Its presence there is designed to be a jolt, a real shock to the system. And that brings us to the real reason they're making such a loud entrance. This isn't just a simple product demo. No way. This is a full-blown declaration. D-Wave is signaling that the entire field of quantum computing has hit a major turning point. And here is that declaration loud and clear. They are literally planting a flag in the middle of the tech world, telling everyone that the experimental phase, it's over. This is not science fiction anymore. According to D-Wave, this is a practical tool that businesses can get their hands on today. And they're not just showing up to talk a big game. They are putting their money where their mouth is. They're sponsoring major events, holding exclusive masterclasses for industry leaders, and get this, they're demonstrating real-world solutions for huge industries like manufacturing, supply chain, and telecom. They're showing, not just telling, how their tech can solve brutally complex problems and even give a turbo boost to other huge trends like AI. So you have to be asking, how can D-Wave make these incredibly bold claims when pretty much every other quantum company is still talking about years, maybe even decades before a commercial product is ready? Well, the answer is all in their unique approach to the technology. They don't try to do everything. Instead, they focus like a laser on one thing: optimization problems. Think of it like this. Imagine a logistics company trying to figure out the single most efficient route for its trucks to visit hundreds of different cities. The number of possible routes is just astronomical. A normal computer would literally take ages to check every single one. Well, that is the exact kind of problem D-Wave's machines are built to absolutely crush. And this right here is the crucial point. D-Wave is not building a universal quantum computer that can do anything and everything. That kind of holy grail technology is still a long way off. Instead, they've built a specialist, a machine designed for one job: optimization. And it's a specialist that's available for hire right now. And listen, this isn't just some slick marketing claim. In March of 2025, they got a paper published in the journal Science, which is a huge deal. The finding? Their prototype was, and I quote, millions of times faster than Frontier, the #1 supercomputer on the planet, at a really complex simulation problem. That was their scientific mic drop moment, proving they have a real quantum advantage. Okay, so the science is impressive, but is any of this actually translating into business success? Well, let's follow the money and look at the numbers. First up, revenue. In just the third quarter of 2025, they pulled in $3.7 million. Now, that might not sound like a ton for a giant like Apple or Google, but for a trailblazer in a totally new field like quantum computing, that's a really significant sign that companies are actually paying for this. But here's the really interesting part. That $3.7 million, it represents a 100% increase over the exact same period last year. That means the business isn't just growing, it's doubling, it's accelerating, and fast. And now for the real jaw-dropper. This is the exclamation point on their whole financial story. At the end of that quarter, they had over $836 million in cash. Let that sink in. That is an enormous war chest. It tells the world they have the fuel to operate and innovate for years to come, no matter what happens in the market. And all that cash is helping them land major deals with some really serious players. We're talking about the US government and the Department of Defense. They have a system installed with a missile defense contractor. They've signed a big contract with a Japanese telecom giant and locked down a 10 million euro deal in Italy. This is not theory anymore. This is real, tangible market traction. Okay, but it can't all be good news, right? No analysis is complete without taking a hard look at the other side of the coin. For all this incredible growth, there are definitely some risks that we have to talk about. The first risk is something called dilution. To build up that massive pile of cash, they had to issue a lot more stock. As you can see, the number of shares out there jumped dramatically in just 1 year. For anyone who already owns shares, it basically means their slice of the company pie just got a little bit smaller. The second risk, well, it looks pretty scary on the surface. A whopping $140 million net loss in a single quarter. But, and this is the most important part, it was a non-cash accounting loss. It was basically a weird bookkeeping thing triggered by their own rising stock price. So to be crystal clear, no actual money walked out the door. It's a quirk of how financial reporting works. So, when you put all these different pieces together, the unique tech, the huge cash pile, the real-world contracts, and of course, the risks, what does the future actually look like for D-Wave? Well, one of the most exciting possibilities is its synergy with AI. We all know that AI data centers are consuming a monstrous, almost scary amount of electricity. D-Wave's quantum machines, by comparison, are incredibly energy efficient. So you can see a future where they become these essential power-saving accelerators inside those very data centers, maybe even helping to solve AI's looming energy crisis. So let's just sum it all up. What do we have? They've got scientifically proven technology, they have the financial muscle to weather pretty much any storm, they have real customers signing real contracts, and this is the bottom line, their key difference. D-Wave is a battle-ready player. They're focused on fighting for business out in the real market, not just for prestige back in the lab. You could argue they have successfully positioned themselves as the most powerful, practical player in the emerging quantum wars. They've basically declared that the experiment is over and they have entered the arena for real. So the one question that leaves all of us with is, what is D-Wave's next move?